Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo writes a lot of mortgages. Warren, in yet another revelation with Wells Fargo, they foreclosed on 400 homes by accident because they didn't realize some of these owners deserve loan modifications. And just in the last couple of hours, they've had to fire a bunch of brokers who were fudging on their meal receipts. At what point do you put aside the investment opportunity and say, this is so embarrassing and there is incompetence at some levels, I'm out of this stock?
No, people did some things wrong. They had the wrong incentives initially.
This is six different things in a row.
Well, I will guarantee you that if you go through everything Berkshire is doing today with 370,000 employees, we've got at least 6 things done that are being done that are wrong. I hope we catch them fast, and I know if we do catch them, I'll do something about it. But we've got 300. You do not have a town of 370,000 people, you know, and leave your doors unlocked.
So you're not there yet with Wells Fargo. Apple. I know that you've been buying Apple stock, and more of it. You got more than $56 billion now. I have to ask you that Apple has been suggested by some analysts who are pretty smart that they should get into the electric vehicle business and maybe do so by buying Tesla. You and Charlie Munger, your vice chair, did this years ago with BYD, buying electric vehicle and electric battery company. Would you suggest that Apple get into, or would you support it if they bought Tesla?
Well, I would support what Tim Cook does, but I think it would be a very poor idea to get into the auto business. It's not an easy business. And incidentally, the auto business is different than some. If you're a premier with Google on search, or you're a premier, you know, with movies on Netflix, whatever it be, there's a huge first mover and size and, you know, and network effect and all that working for you. You can win in autos one year and you lose the next. I mean, you've got a dozen big companies out there with resources. They're going to keep coming. They copy what you do. People move from one year to another. You don't worry about the fact that, you know, your whole life is on the iPhone, as opposed to, you don't want your whole life to be in one car or something. It does not give you a permanent advantage.
The always colorful Elon Musk, the CEO, got into a little trouble recently. If one of your CEOs did an Elon Musk type of tweet, I'm going private. Of course, they wouldn't go private, but they revealed something they shouldn't have. How would you have handled that?
Well, I think what you do, if you misspeak, and I can do it with you or somebody, you know, I mean, if you misspeak, you correct it immediately. And if you've got a stock that's trading like crazy, you come on 3 minutes later and don't say, I misspoke when I said lending secured. I meant to say, I really think I can get funding. I mean, or something of the sort.
Bitcoin. You and Charlie have told Fox Business and made news calling it rat poison squared. Has anything changed to make you take a second look?
It will come to a bad ending.
Still. Well, you're not coming to a bad ending,
I hope
certainly.
Not.
You're 88 years old. We just got word from Berkshire that you're not going to be hosting the MBA programs anymore. We had been able to see what we call Buffett University, where you talked to the students and took pictures with them. I mean, you were dancing with some of them. You're doing wrestling poses and Charlie's Angels. Are you feeling okay? Everything?
I feel great, and my doctor said I'm in way better shape even than I was a few years ago. I tap dance to work still, but the only drawback. And I did the students for 60-some years in different forms, and I loved it last year. But it does require committing yourself 6 or 7 or 8 months in the future. I never would want to not show up or something of the sort. So I decided to pack it in on that.
My dad used to say at 88 to his patients, the mind gets soft, but the arteries get hard. So it kind of balances itself out.
But whatever it is, it's good. And 8 is lucky in China. So I got 2 8s going for me in the year that ends in an 8. So I feel great.